It's a Thicker Hair Thursday, and that means we've got more information to share in the world of hair regrowth and preventing the shed. And to help me with that is my celebrity genius friend here, Master Educator, salon owner, and many other titles, of course, that we all know and love. JB Shelter, welcome back.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be here. And I love educating the consumer, and I love educating just people in general about what's going on.
Absolutely. And stories are the best way to educate. So I've got a little story here, so bear with me. Years ago when I was a young lad growing up in England, we used to tease my grandfather, because it'd be myself, my dad, and my granddad. And we used to tell this little story, this little cartoon of, once this little footpath became a freeway, which became like a 6-lane autobahn. And we would kind of crack at my granddad because he was completely bald in the middle. And my dad was on his way.
Yeah.
But all seriousness aside, why is it that women kind of get away with just like a little thinner hair, other than the part situation, which we talked about recently? But men were like, dang, it just seems to go back, and back, and back, and then this way and this way. It's like, someone help me here. So can you explain why this happens?
Well, a lot of times this is genetic, but then it's exacerbated by our environment, right? So the hair follicles on your hairline are the weakest you have, and that's just in any human, male or female. But you think about all of the environmental effects that happen to those weak hair follicles, starting with the sun and the UV rays. You think about if you're not using proper sunscreen, and what sunscreen's out there for your scalp, it's hard to find, right? But without that sunscreen, what's happening is your scalp is receiving sunburn. And what happens is it's basically sunburns your hair follicle. Then that inflammation that happens restricts blood flow. It restricts vitamins and oxygen to the hair follicle. Over time, it will stop slowly growing hair until it completely stops altogether. And so one of the biggest things that I like to educate the men that come and visit my salon and sit in my chair is, how can you prevent what you know is going to happen? Well, we've got to start with sunscreens and protection, right? And secondly, hats don't cause hair loss. Maybe tension of tight caps does over time, but it's not caused by the hat. It's caused by genetics. It's caused by diet. It's caused by stress. It's caused by not protecting yourself from the environment that you're surrounded in. So if you are older and you live in a sunny environment, Florida, Arizona, it can exacerbate your hair loss, especially in the front, if you're not using proper sunscreens, right? And then if you have genetic hair loss, which is a male hormone resistance, then you're double time on that. And you can, like you said, to your point, you can look at your dad and your grandfather, and you can kind of see what your future might be.
Well, and to that point, a lot of us guys, of course, in our 20s and 30s and 40s are out playing sports, not thinking about ahead. We put our sunscreen here and we're like, okay, whatever. Or out in the yard or stuff like that. So I always say that the best way to prevent hair loss is wear a hat in summer for sure. And certainly what you said there, combined with our hereditary situation, can be a big contributor. So a couple quick takeaways and how we can either reverse a trend or help or slow shedding. Any thoughts there?
Solutions. Okay, you've got to find solutions that you use on a consistent basis. I can't underscore that enough. Even if it is just a shampoo and conditioner that is geared towards hair loss, that's geared towards a healthy follicle, that's geared towards scalp protection, that's geared towards scalp health. Scalp health, as we've seen, has become a forerunner in the beauty industry of concern of consumers. The scalp is your garden, right, for your hair. If you don't take care of it, the hair's not going to grow. So takeaways: find a sunscreen, get on a regimen that's convenient for you, because let's face it, men need convenience. We ain't going to do like you all ain't going to do like 5 different steps, right? Find what works for you. Talk to your professional stylist, see what's out there, and start on a program of consistency so you can help turn back the time a little bit, but then also prevent future hair loss.
There you go. And if any guys have any questions, reach out to JB here on LinkedIn and her other social channels. I'm sure you'd be gracious enough to help folks out, right, JB?
Absolutely.
All right, there we go. Wrapping up another Thicker Hair Thursday. Thank you, JB. Good luck in the salon today.
Thank you, and take care and grow hair.